Hello, I'm Trudy Stoner, and I am not your ordinary love coach. I'm the love coach that's going to help you understand what love really is. So stick with me because I want to introduce you to something called conscious living. And following this, I'm actually going to do another video on conscious loving. So I invite you to stick with me and to watch that as well because it could really change your life. So about a year ago, I read an article that changed my way of showing up in the world. And it was an article, and I'll put the link here so that you can see it and so that it gives credit to the author. But it was on conscious coupling, conscious relationships. And it really opened me up to exploring what does that really mean? What is conscious living? We talk about spirituality all the time. We talk about love all the time. But are we really being that? What do I mean by that? Well, love. So before I dive in, let's talk about something quickly. My belief is that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and that we are love made manifest. So love, for me, is an energetic field. This is my belief. Think highest vibration in the universe, infinite intelligence, source energy, God, universe, creative intelligence. You can call it whatever you want. It's love and it's energy, and it is infinite and abundant and wise and benevolent. And I could go on and on about that. Love is a vibration. It is energy, and it is you. That energy made manifest into this human form for a very tiny amount of time, but infinitely. So when you let that sink in, you realize how incredible you really are. You realize how connected we all are. None of us is separate. We all come from the same source. So imagine, if you will, a drop of water from the ocean. When you take out one drop of water, it's still ocean. When you put it back, it's ocean. And we come from love, we return to love. So when we think about it like that, honestly, one of the greatest blueprints that I've found for what love truly is in the Bible. And I am deeply spiritual. I don't consider myself to be religious, but I have to say that this text is profound, and it is in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. You all know it. It's at every wedding practically that we've all ever been to. But it begins with love is patient, love is kind, and then it goes from there. And it's a beautiful, perfect description of what energy of love really is. So now let's talk about conscious living. So when we come at life from a place of ego, we are in a place of judgment. We are in a place of self. When we come at life from a place of love, spirit, we are looking at life from a bird's eye view. It's a big picture. It's infinite, and it's wisdom. And when we come at life from this perspective, the core of this is that we come as pure love. And pure love does not cling. It does not possess. It does not judge. Pure love simply accepts. It's acceptance at its core. It's acceptance, and it's beautiful. And so imagine, if you will, that you are going through life and you have the ability to detach from outcome, that you now shift and see everything that is happening in your life is not happening to you. It is happening for you. And I know that you've heard that before and it sounds so cliche, but it is true. And when you can look at it and say, okay, this is happening for me, and there's an experience here, and there's a lesson here, and there's an evolution here, suddenly it becomes not something to be judged, but something to receive. And you can also step into this conscious awareness by a level of acceptance that says it's all neutral and I assign meaning. Each one of us does this. There's not a single one of us that is not experiencing life through the vehicle of thought. Everything that we experience comes through our thinking. And that is our awareness of that is our consciousness. And so we have an idea that comes in. It goes through the process of our filter, our thinking. And what is that? Our filter is everything that we have constructed over a lifetime. Every story, every belief, every layer, every experience, everything that we've witnessed, we pile it on. So we show up here innately whole, innately well. And we show up and we are loved. Babies don't need therapy. And then we are taught how to show up in the world. And we're taught by how we're treated. We're taught by what we witness, the example set by the people that are in our lives. And then we form opinions and we form stories and we form beliefs. And then that is how we show up. Rather than just stripping all of that away, returning to our core, to our center, who we really are, which is love, innately well, innately whole, innately wise. And when we can do that, and you can, because it's just a matter of dropping the thoughts that you're anything other than that, and we show up in a state of grace, in a state of love, in a state of acceptance, then we realize that it is all neutral and we assign meaning, which is why the same exact thing can happen to two different people and they will have a completely different experience of the event, a circumstance that's external. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Leave me a comment below. If you found this interesting, please subscribe. I'm building my YouTube channel, and I would love to know, how did this affect you? What did you learn? Do you have questions? You can also always reach me at trudystoner.com or on Facebook. So I would love to know more about your experience. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me, and follow me so that you can see the next video, which is on conscious loving. We're going to talk about how to do this in relationships specifically. All right, I'll see you soon.